Welcome to the Sports Betting Preview Show, a pregame.com podcast. Big game preview. This is segment 2 of 4. Lakers at Orlando on Sunday. I'm Marco D'Angelo. He's Vegas Runner. We're going to preview this. As always, this is being taped on Thursday, so we do not have the line for this game, but we're going to go to Vegas Runner. What is your number on this game?
All right, I made Orlando a 3-point home favorite, and I set the total at 196. Hoping this line comes out shorter. We know that you're always going to pay a premium for the Lakers, but the problem is Lakers haven't been covering. They're doing what they do, all the time, winning the game, but not cashing at the windows. And I'm starting to see bettors not afraid to go against them, where before it was a lock. Lakers are playing, public's going to back them. Now all of a sudden they're using them more in teasers and trying to get that spread more manageable, where they're even tying them up in a lot of money line parlays from what I've been hearing when they're 6, 7, 8 point favorites, because they're not covering. I mean, look at their last 10 games. They've covered one of the last 7 games, and that was just yesterday.
One thing, though, different is when you're an underdog, you can't win and not cover.
Yeah, exactly.
It brings a different thing. I have Orlando favorite. I have them at -2. I think that, just because it is the Lakers, you pay a premium. I think that they won't make the Lakers that big of an underdog. So I have the number at 2. This game Sunday, 2:30, ABC, nationally televised. When I looked at the game, first thing that jumps out, anytime you have a situation that's going to involve the Lakers where it's going to be basically a pick the winner type, there's only a handful of teams that's going to occur with. It's going to be, your Clevelands, your Bostons,
of course.
Orlando when they're on the road here. Orlando's playing right now, I think, their best ball of the year. They've won 5 of their last 6, but they're winning the games convincingly. And let's not forget, this is a rematch from last year's NBA Finals. It's a situation that they've already played once.
Yeah, the Lakers got the win there.
Lakers got the win. They were -6.
Yeah, it fell right on the number.
The number was kind of short. If you remember, Lakers at the time, 6 looked short, and yet it fell right on the 6. So I guess the odds maker was right on. But now, first time at home since the finals.
Yeah, it's a big game.
It's a statement. It's
for Orlando. It's a lot bigger game for Orlando than it is.
That phrase. Before I forget, and I'll let you break the game down, but we want to give away RJ's money.
Oh, please, by all means.
RJ not available for us this week. He'll be back with us. Should be next week. I don't know, unless, me and you like doing this by ourselves.
Yeah, I don't mean this ain't too bad, empty.
But situation is we want to give some money away. Coupon for you guys. And basketball, when our guys are stepping back and firing a 3, what do we want to see? We want to see swish. And we're going to make the coupon swish. Just type out the word swish and the number 10. And that will get you $10 off. You go to pregamepros.com, look at all the pros, find somebody you want to make a purchase, put it in the shopping cart, enter Swish 10. We'll take $10 off your order.
If it's only $10,
what is it then?
Free on the house. Drinks are on the house.
On RJ Bell.
Drinks are on the house.
Doesn't get any better than that. So check that out. You can use that. That coupon's good all through the weekend, and take advantage of it. You can use that coupon once and get $10 off. Now, back to this game, VR. What are you seeing here?
Orlando's playing good, man. And the most important thing I think about this team this year is they're healthy. They don't have those key injuries to key players. No Jameer Nelsons. There was always a problem here. And I think that when they went into that final of the trade deadline and they kept this team intact and they didn't think they needed to add much, and it seems like right after that final, that day, they just have been able to go on a tear. This is the components of our team, and let's make this run. We have what it takes. We're in place for a nice run. And what we're seeing is they're winning, and they're covering. So a team that's favored like they are, that's covering, is playing at a very high level, because you're going to pay a premium for them, and they're still, going past the odds makers' expectations because people are back in Orlando. The thing about this game in particular is Orlando don't lose at home. They win 75% of their home games. That's the bottom line. Yeah. So out of every, 10 times they play at home, you're going to cash more than 7 tickets on them. So how many times can you only be laying a bucket and get them? So, looking at it from that perspective, I think there's value. On the flip side, you have the Lakers. How many times can you be getting points with the Lakers? But I think if you look at it long term, I don't think it's a winning proposition because when the Lakers are getting points, more times than not, there's a good reason for it. So, I got to tell you the truth. I like Orlando in this spot. Looking at that first game, they only made 15 free throw attempts, so they didn't get to the line at all. That tells me they didn't use their inside presence at all. What good is having a Dwight Howard if you're not going to use him, if you only get to the line 15 times? And LA played a perfect game, only turned the ball over 7 times. So they played this perfect game, eliminated any inside threat Orlando had, and they still were only able to win by 6 points at home. In what was a big game for them, it was, like you said, a rematch of the championship last year. So I think as long as Orlando could come and play just as well as they did that game, nothing spectacular, being home, I think it's enough for them to get the win here, Marco.
Well, I agree with you. I leaned Orlando in the game in revenge. I'm a situational handicapper. The Lakers here, this will be the final game of a 3-game road trip, and it's one of those road trips where it's 3 games in 4 nights. They only have one night
Charlotte,
off.
Miami, and Orlando.
And 2 of those games, even though Miami's having a little bit of an off year, you still got to go in and deal with Dwayne Wade. So, the Lakers are going to have presumably a tough game on TNT Thursday night, then turn around and have this big revenge game for
Orlando sitting there for him. Yeah, exactly.
It's a tough spot. I'm not going to make an official play here. I do lean to Orlando. Note their offense is clicking. Now, granted, the last 2 opponents was Philly and Golden State. Not exactly defensive powerhouses, but they did put up 126 and 117 in both of those games. That's a lot of points for Orlando.
I think the spot to fade Orlando would be against New Jersey. Because they're going to be definitely looking ahead to the Laker game, prime time, Sunday on TV. So if anything, I think we might find a spot where we could fade Orlando tomorrow.
Take Orlando, fade them the game before.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good situations. I'm going to go with the lean to Orlando.
Me too.
You're taking a lean, no official pick. Don't forget, though, go to pregame.tv. If you're watching us on YouTube, you're already there. You can go to the comment section, make your guess on what the score will be. If you're right,
free $100
$100, baby, and you can spend that any way you want here at pregamepros.com. Check things out. 2 leans from us. This was segment 2 of 4. We'll be back the next preview is going to be
college
basketball game. We got a biggie coming,
and we both got free picks coming up.
Free picks in the next 2 segments. We're going to do Kansas at Missouri next.
Syracuse, Louisville.
Check